Getting bigger.
Good
Hey, Ikue,
morning. Hi, Gary.
how are you?
Good, how are you? I
So
hope it's not too
how's it
noisy.
in Vancouver?
I will show you. I'm in the balcony. It's blue sky.
Wow, no chemtrails either.
Well, it's not clear blue sky, but this is the best time of season, and I'm waiting for you guys to come to Vancouver.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah.
So tell us what's going on in Vancouver. You've now, because it's always been classes in downtown, but there's a new place that you guys are working with.
Yeah, so I literally do this full time. I live fashion maneuvers. I woke up, think of human garage, and in my dream, I think of human garage. I have four in-person classes happening. So two classes at Capoeira Studio. This has been ongoing for over 2 years,
And that's
and the new classes
downtown Vancouver.
downtown Vancouver, yeah, just off downtown and Kingsway and Broadway. And new classes are in New Westminster, which is probably like 30 minutes on SkyTrain. That's a train, and then half an hour away from downtown. It's Monday at 6:30 p.m. to 8 in 1 hour and a half, and Friday at noon.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
that's allowing people to come in from the valley, from Coquitlam, from Abbotsford, from Surrey. So attempting to connect all of the people that are out, because those people were actually driving to your class quite often, but just
yeah.
couldn't get there on any regular
Yeah,
basis.
summertime, because this is like the best time of Vancouver. People just want to go outside. So, we were just trying, but I'm also realized that people who come to my Vancouver downtown class, they live a little bit far away from New Westminster. So I feel like I'm finding a new targeted audience and
Yeah,
the customers.
I mean,
Yeah.
eventually, by the time the summer's over, because it takes the summer's the slow part. But by the time the summer's over and the fall is back going, that you're going to have the New West workshops completely full constantly, because there's actually technically more people there.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we work with the zodiac signs and astrology, right? And then once the Virgo season hits, and everybody wants to fix themselves, so I feel like we're building a platform for that. Definitely.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You're just prepping it because it is. It's going to get busy. They have their own audience, but Vancouver in the summertime, it's a little rougher to get people out for
It's
sure,
like a
right?
write-off.
Yeah.
But yeah, but it definitely. But I'm also noticing people still do show up. People know the benefits of moving fascia together. I always talk about the power of group healing, but I'm also noticing myself that when we move fascia together, you just transmit the energy much
Yeah.
faster in a very safe way. So the safety is such a like the words that hit me all the time. Like I always tell myself, it's safe for me to feel emotions. It's safe for me to take actions. Safety, the feeling of safety, because I think somehow we're so afraid, especially me having Chiron in my Taurus in Chiron, fear of things. So yeah,
And
that's,
you know what you should do out there in Vancouver with the other lifestyle artists and coaches? You guys should all coordinate like a Sunday outside event. Now that the summer's there, you should coordinate one of those and we'll promote it.
yeah. Okay, sounds good. Yeah. Well, my one of my students did address, like, she wants to do like fashion maneuvers outside at the beach at Kitsilano Beach, and it's like, okay, let's coordinate this.
Yeah, I mean, if you get everybody together and coordinate and do one event coming up in like early August or something like that, then you just push all the energy towards that, and we can promote it as well. That'd be kind of cool to do it on the beach,
Yeah.
and maybe in an area that's busy and have people come out.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. I see that.
Well, Ikue, really, really thank you for doing all you do to help people. You're always answering questions. When people are asking questions in the chats, you're always there doing the four classes with New West New. So people can connect with you. They can join your online classes. They can come out and see you in person. And you actually help people physically in person. You help people help each other as well too, right?
Yeah, I do private sessions. I also do enjoy doing assisted maneuvers, like, you've been exploring the performance series, and I'm on my side, really going back to, how I integrate my dance practice into fashion maneuvers and with spirituality, and lots of inspirations are coming. Like, I definitely love the idea of working with people. I'm stretching you, you're stretching me, you're teaching me,
Yeah.
I'm teaching you, you're teaching me, this flow of constant flow, so that I get to recharge myself as I'm working with
Yeah,
people.
that's the difference for me is that I'm actually the reason why I can do so much now is because every treatment I'm actually getting something out of it energetically and physically.
Mm, yeah. Well, I can't wait to see you guys. So I noticed Annie was talking about the change for the full moon, and
Yeah.
yesterday I noticed there was one like a red brown hair on my hair. Like, my hair always a little bit not super black, but have some browns. But it's like I feel like my color's changing. My hair, like
There you
I
go.
know.
Your hair, all of a sudden you're gonna be this light brown, dirty blonde Japanese girl.
Yeah, and then I definitely, I always talk about, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what you do, like, what the right food you eat, and do fashion maneuvers. Emotions are the strongest contributor to our health, and when I'm going through a real hard time and stressful days, and I was noticing, like, oh, I feel like the gray hair is always, I see gray hair. Now that I'm less stressful, I definitely see less gray hair. At the same time, I notice like a gray hair, and it's like, I was like, is this not even gray? It's like kind of golden, and kind of very
Yeah,
shiny.
it's just light. It's lighter of your origin color. You're also,
Yeah.
by the way, you're also doing the facelift class too.
Yes, I facelift class. So right now I have a morning face, but my
So the
facelift,
facelift class, tell everybody about it.
yeah. So my facelift class will be on August 3rd, 9 a.m. to 10:30
It's
a.m.
online.
PST. That's the Pacific Standard Time. That's online, and so I encourage everyone to join. I'm planning a lot of fun stuff. Like, that's an introduction to facial face class that I've been, experimenting with my face. I learned some technique, but also, experiment a lot, and also based on the facial maneuver, facial facelift technique. And I will do, of course, more of that. But I'm very excited to share how to connect with fascia, because, when I first started this journey, Human Garage and Fascial Maneuvers, I didn't know anything about fascia, and I would, chase Garry and ask whole bunch of questions, and then, a lot of them beauty related technique and questions, because I'm a Libra and I want to look good. And when they realize that, oh, Gary's a man, he's not as interested in as me, like in terms of beauty. It's like, okay, I gotta innovate this area. So, and I would love to finish, like, us, when we move fascia together in my class, and then we'll, answer Q&A, and I would love to finish with some dance, like strike a pose.
Yeah. Well, that's really, really cool because yeah, so anybody who wants to, you can go to our events section. You can sign up. It's a Zoom class. It's a facelift class. How much is it?
It's 25 American dollars,
And
USD.
then what you get with that is you're going to get the recording of the class afterwards. You're going to be able to participate in the class, ask questions, but it creates your own custom facelift program that's not anywhere else in our system. It's all designed around revitalizing, rejuvenating, renewing your face.
Yeah, totally. And when fascia is a structure, our matrix is our liquid crystal quartz. And as we're moving, then we're just like, we have healing hands power, and we're using these hands to melt our fascia. And you can really maneuver and manipulate however we want, right, Garry? As long as we fix our hydration.
Yeah, like I'm doing a big change again too. The last part is right here,
Yeah,
and this connected in through here down here,
yeah.
but the last part right here is almost come. I'm like, see that?
Wow.
I only got that little bit more, and it doesn't matter how much I stretch that in there. This is an emotional thing. I know
Yeah.
that, and it's grief, and it's into my lungs, and that's processing right now.
Hmm.
But I'm like, literally, I'm gonna be right there probably within the next couple of months,
Right.
and it just keeps getting less and less. Smile lines keep getting less, face keeps changing, and
Yeah.
it's been a constant journey. It's been super cool.
I've seen this, billionaire like testing out his own body and
Brian
drinking his
Johnson,
son's blood. Oh,
yeah,
okay, okay. And
yeah.
then like I saw his video, like picture of him and his son. I see you, Gary and Jordan, your son.
Yeah, you know what? He's doing some things interesting.
Yeah,
Like he's using science, but I have a my experience and is that when you do that to the body over time, the body stops doing things naturally, and you become more and more dependent upon it.
hmm,
And I do see that there's another way.
yeah,
I see that what we do
yeah,
is remove the restriction. So I don't I've been watching him carefully. I'm probably going to talk to him at some point. I'm very curious. We're doing a whole
yeah.
podcast, and and I'm and I'm okay with both ways. I just we're going to see here in like 5 years or 10 years. We're going to see they may both be effective, but the one thing about his way of doing it is he's spending $1 million a year,
Yeah.
and it's not many people can do that.
I
So
think less is more, right?
yes, less is more for sure in this
Also,
journey.
at the end of it, it doesn't matter if you don't believe in that. So, as you do something for yourself, you gotta really believe in it, and that's where you're so good at it as a Sagittarius. So I learned that. Oh, Gary's a believer. Believe it
Yeah.
so much that fashion maneuver works, so it started to work.
Yeah, maybe the only reason why it works is because I believe it. Maybe if I didn't
Yeah.
believe it, none of it would work. But there actually there is truth in that.
Mhm.
When somebody commits to something in belief, and like I was talking with Jules like earlier. I mean, he's got a massive group growing, and it's all over the world now. But what he does is he just believes, and he does every day,
Yeah.
and he has no, and that overpowers all of the other stuff, and that does work, and everybody's coming to it in different ways,
I.
and
Mhm.
like for you, your belief took longer, but you believe through repetition and time, but eventually you come to a belief like where you're at right now, and then everything starts to expand. Like I can only imagine what your community looks like next year, because you've got like 4 classes going, you've got programs. All of a sudden, this is what happened with us. We just went out and did it, and
Yeah.
then eventually, overwhelming number of people.
Yeah.
And that's what's happening to you right
I
now.
definitely see that. One day, I'm noticing, I'm so grateful with my experience in Austin, Texas, because I am, Gary always, the Human Garage always give me an opportunity, and I want to always reciprocate that blessing, you know what I mean? And so I always like take something and then, like returning. In my way, returning of way of returning is to give and contribute. And my way is, how I'm coaching coaches
Yeah,
now in our
yeah,
program. And
yeah.
one day,
And that's important because they need to see the journey. Like you went through a journey to get there,
yeah, and then one
and
day I noticed Gary is Neo, like Matrix. He's talking about Matrix. We need a believer, we need an innovator. And then one day I noticed, I come from the structural world, and I could have been one of the architects of Human Garage, because I'm come from a very much like structure side. Structure is so important. We need the grid, we need the matrix, so that people have guidance.
yeah.
That's where I come in.
Yeah, and that's this is where you're strong, because you have a really strong history of teaching, of movement backgrounds, and that's super powerful because your greatest asset is the teacher of teachers.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I
and giving
100%.
people structure because you know how to move the audience and you know how to work with situations which you can't replace. That is just literal number of years working with people, moving them. You just, that's
Mhm.
something that just comes from being an expert at that which you are.
Thank
And
you.
you know, we're coming back to Vancouver, your home city, our home city, our base,
Yes.
and then so you get to, well, you've been on the road. Now Vancouver gets to see you like we've seen you, like the world's seen you.
Yeah, thank you. And then, besides being an architect, my goal story, my midheaven is 16 Taurus. And so I'm well aware of my purpose in life, and which is to become investor, producer.
Yeah,
So I'm taking this and working on my passion project, what I'm good at teaching, and then now going into leadership, into producing and creating,
yeah.
and that's I feel like that's where I'm heading. So
Awesome, Ikue. Appreciate you so much. Looking forward to your facelift class coming up on the 3rd,
yes,
and looking forward to everybody seeing you on the 17th in Vancouver.
yes, I'm gonna be hanging at Lions Bay every day.
Okay, great. Take care.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Have a great day.
Yeah, if you Ikue is been we've been bringing her around the world to actually to come up and she's been starting the programs with some of the other coaches on our stage. You get to see her in Vancouver. It's super powerful. I mean, the best part is she just knows how to move an audience and get them moving. It's funny because she takes people who never danced before. By the time they're done with 15, 20 minutes, they're dancing. And thank you, Ikue. That's how I was able to dance in Colombia.